timelines are melting, and fans are in full-on cardiac arrest, after what Tamar Braxton allegedly confessed in a private recording that leaked less than an hour ago. What started as whispers has erupted into a digital earthquake. Tamar allegedly told a close friend she's pregnant, and the father is none other than Mendeecees Harris. The same Mendeecees who is married. The same Mendeecees tied to some of the biggest scandals in love hip-hop history. The same Mendeecees Tamar was never supposed to be around in the first place. And now, the world wants answers. According to insiders, this isn't just gossip. This is the biggest Braxton family-level detonation since the Tony versus Tracy era. Screenshots, voice notes, and late-night FaceTime receipts are spreading like wildfire. Fans swear they heard Tamar whisper, "I can't hide this anymore." It's his. And the friend on the line. Silent. Shocked. Breathless. The internet feels the exact same way. Within minutes, Twitter exploded. Instagram, Lives launched instantly. Fans are crying, screaming, fighting in the comments. Some are defending Tamar with their whole soul. Others are calling this the ultimate betrayal storyline of the decade. Meanwhile, sources close to Mendeecees claim he's in panic mode, trying to figure out who leaked what and how much more is about to spill. And trust, there's way more. Because insiders say there's a reason Tamar chose this moment to drop the bomb. And when the truth hits daylight, it's going to change everything. The entire entertainment world went silent the moment Tamar Braxton's private voice note leaked, because it didn't sound like a rumor, it sounded like a confession. And the confession wasn't whispered, hinted, or implied, it was raw, breathless, emotional, and trembling with the kind of fear that only comes when someone knows a secret big enough to ruin lives. Insiders claim Tamar was pacing around her hotel room, voice cracking, saying she can't keep carrying this alone, before dropping the sentence that has now turned the whole internet upside down. "I'm pregnant. And it's Mendeecees' baby." Those 8 words detonated like fireworks in the middle of a gas station. Fans weren't ready. The blogs weren't ready. Even the insiders who leaked the audio weren't ready for the reaction. But what made the moment even more shocking was the backstory insiders claim Tamar tried to hide. That this wasn't a one-time mistake, a slip-up, or a late-night poor decision. According to sources close to her team, Tamar and Mendeecees had been exchanging messages for months, messages filled with flirtation, long paragraphs, late-night FaceTimes, and a kind of emotional intensity that didn't match two people who were supposedly just friends. Screenshots began circulating almost instantly. Blurry, unconfirmed, but believable enough to cause hysteria. One message allegedly from Mendeecees read, "You know I care about you. You know this wasn't supposed to happen, but I'm not running from it." Fans froze. Because that didn't sound like a denial. That sounded like acceptance. That sounded like responsibility. That sounded like a man who knew exactly what was going on behind closed doors. Meanwhile, insiders claim Yandy was blindsided. Absolutely shocked. No preparation, no warning, no subtle sign leading up to the moment the internet dragged her name into the trending topic alongside Tamar and Mendeecees. According to one source, Yandy found out the same way fans did, through social media. She allegedly received a flood of texts, calls, and notifications before she even had time to process the reality. By the time she opened Instagram, the situation had already grown into a monster. Fans were tagging her non-stop, demanding answers, defending her, accusing her, and begging her not to stay silent. But the real storm came when insiders leaked a second recording, one where Tamar was allegedly crying on the phone with a close friend, saying she'd never meant for this to go public, and that the leak wasn't supposed to happen yet. The word "yet" sent fans into a frenzy. What did she mean? Was there a plan? Was Tamar preparing a formal announcement? Was she planning to sit down with a big network? Or was she waiting for the right moment to confront Mendeecees privately? Theories multiplied so fast that even major gossip pages couldn't keep up. Insiders say Tamar's emotional breakdown in that recording didn't sound like shock, it sounded like guilt. One source claimed Tamar said, "I didn't ask for this. I didn't want to break anybody's home. I just wanted him to be honest." Fans immediately dissected every syllable. What needed honesty? What had been going on behind the scenes? Why did Tamar feel like she was the one carrying the burden while Mendeecees remained silent? Then came the alleged FaceTime leak. A screen recording began circulating in private fan groups before exploding onto Twitter. The video was grainy, but the voice sounded eerily like Tamar's, saying, "You promised me we were in this together." And the man on the other line, whose face wasn't visible, responded with a deep sigh that fans immediately associated with Mendeecees. Whether real or AI generated didn't matter, the internet treated it like the gospel. The clip spread within minutes, and with every retweet came another conspiracy, another theory, another deep dive into what might have been happening in secret. Insiders close to the Braxton family say Tony Braxton was furious. Not quietly, not diplomatically, allegedly furious. According to one person who overheard a call, Tony was demanding to know how far it went, and why no one stopped it sooner. Fans immediately speculated about family meetings, interventions, and behind-the-scenes arguments. The Braxtons have never been shy about their internal drama, but this situation was different. This wasn't a TV storyline. This was something that could fracture relationships, reputations, and marriages. Meanwhile, Mendeecees was allegedly scrambling behind the scenes. Sources claim he went into full lockdown mode, turning off his phone, avoiding calls, and refusing to make any statement until he figured out who leaked what. One insider said he was shaking, pacing around his studio, saying, "This is bad. This is really bad," over and over. Whether that panic came from guilt, fear of exposure, or worry about his marriage wasn't clear, but the panic was real. Adding to the chaos, fans resurrected an old Instagram live where Mendeecees complimented Tamar more than once. At the time, it seemed harmless, even friendly. But now, the internet tore it apart like forensic scientists, analyzing each glance, each smile, each pause between their words. "He was flirting the whole time," one fan said in a viral tweet with over 40,000 likes. "We just didn't see it back then." Suddenly, blogs started reporting that Yandy had allegedly packed a bag and left the house. While unconfirmed, the rumor was enough to spark panic among fans who admired their marriage. TikTok exploded with emotional edits, dramatic voiceovers, and breakdown videos claiming Yandy had seen enough. Some fans blamed Tamar. Others blamed Mendeecees. Others blamed the industry. But everyone agreed on one thing: this situation was spiraling out of control faster than anyone anticipated. Insiders claim Tamar tried to reach out to Yandy privately, but the call went unanswered. Another source said Tamar sent a long text apologizing, explaining, and pleading for understanding, but whether Yandy read it or not remains a mystery. Fans speculated that Yandy was too hurt, too blindsided, too overwhelmed to respond. And who could blame her? The entire world was watching her marriage crumble in real time. Then, another alleged screenshot surfaced, this time from someone claiming to be close to Tamar. The message read, "She's not doing this to hurt anyone. She's scared. She didn't expect the test to be positive. She didn't expect him to disappear on her." Fans froze again. Because if that message was real, it meant Tamar wasn't dealing with just scandal, she was dealing with abandonment. That's when everything shifted from gossip to full-blown crisis. And insiders claim the next leak, the one nobody was supposed to see, is about to expose a secret that could destroy. Said you weren't going to leave me alone in this. Meanwhile, Mendeecees reportedly kept his voice low, trying to calm her down, repeating, "This isn't the right time. It's not safe. Too many eyes are on us." But Tamar wasn't having it. She allegedly told him he couldn't back out now, after promising support, connection, and secrecy. The call didn't stay private. Someone, and fans are dying to know who, recorded part of it and leaked it to a small private gossip group, before it exploded across Twitter. In the clip, Tamar's voice cracks as she says, "You can't disappear on me like this," while a man who sounds exactly like Mendeecees responds, "I'm trying to figure things out." The moment hit fans hard. Tamar's vulnerability, her panic, her fear, it felt too real, too raw. And Mendeecees' quiet, almost distant responses added fuel to the fire, making fans wonder if he was pulling away now that the consequences were real. Theories ignited instantly. Some believed Tamar leaked the call herself out of frustration. Others thought someone in her circle betrayed her. But the most explosive theory, the one dominating fan pages, was that someone close to Mendeecees recorded it to protect him, not Tamar. Fans zoomed in on background sounds, attempting to identify who could have been in the room. Some claimed they heard a second male voice mumbling in the background. Others argued they heard a door shut, suggesting someone walked in mid-conversation. Every second of audio became a clue, every silence a puzzle piece. Meanwhile, Yandy's silence became louder than any statement she could have released. Insiders claim she turned off her phone for nearly 24 hours, ignoring producers, friends, and even her own team. One source alleged Yandy looked devastated when she briefly stepped outside to get fresh air, pacing in her backyard, wiping tears with her sleeve. Fans tried to give her grace, flooding her old posts with hearts and messages of support, but others demanded she respond. They wanted her reaction, her emotion, her perspective. They wanted to know whether she believed the leaks, whether she'd spoken to Mendeecees, whether she was staying or leaving. Then another bombshell dropped, and this one was unforgiving. A blurry screenshot circulated from an Instagram burner account claiming to belong to someone in Tamar's inner circle. The message read, "She told him before the leak happened. He said he needed space." That's when she panicked. Fans lost their minds. Because space. In a situation this dangerous, this complicated, space sounded like abandonment. Space sounded like guilt. Space sounded like a man trying to figure out how to protect himself before protecting anybody else. But what pushed this situation into full-blown chaos was the revelation that Tamar allegedly attempted to reach out to Mendeecees in person. Multiple fans claimed they saw Tamar's car near a studio in Atlanta where Mendeecees was rumored to be working. One even claimed Tamar looked distraught, sitting in her car for over an hour before driving away. Whether true or exaggerated, the rumor alone created a frenzy. Edits flooded TikTok, painting Tamar as a heartbroken woman seeking answers from someone who had suddenly gone silent. Then came the alleged text thread leak, the one that sent shockwaves through the entertainment world. Screenshots surfaced showing a conversation where Tamar appears to write, "I can't do this alone. You said you wouldn't let me." And the alleged reply, "I just need time to talk to Y. I can't make moves without preparing her." Fans screamed. Because if the screenshot was real, it meant Mendeecees wasn't denying the pregnancy. He wasn't denying involvement. He wasn't running. He was strategizing. Trying to navigate the aftermath before the truth fully blew up. But it didn't take long for the internet to turn that strategy into a narrative that he chose Yandy first, leaving Tamar to spiral alone. The hashtag #TeamTamar and #PrayForYandy trended simultaneously. Fans divided down the middle, picking sides in a story no one was supposed to know. Insiders claim Tamar reached her breaking point hours after the texts leaked. She allegedly collapsed into tears after reading comments accusing her of destroying a marriage. One source said Tamar whispered, "I didn't take him from anyone. He came to me, trembling as she said it." The source described Tamar as someone emotionally exhausted, embarrassed, and overwhelmed, struggling to understand how everything spun out of control so fast. Meanwhile, things were reportedly even worse on Mendeecees' side. According to someone in his camp, he was devastated, not just because of the pregnancy, but because of the leak, the exposure, the humiliation, the fact that the world was twisting his every move. The source claimed Mendeecees felt trapped, telling someone close, "I can't fix this. No matter what I say, it's going to blow up." That confession sparked another internet meltdown. Because fans wondered, if he didn't do anything wrong, what needed fixing? What was he so afraid of? And why wasn't he rushing to Tamar's defense? The most explosive twist came when an anonymous insider, claiming to be part of the Braxton family's inner circle, spoke to a gossip page, revealing that Tamar had allegedly planned to sit down with Mendeecees privately to work out a plan before the leak ruined everything. The insider claimed Tamar wanted honesty, clarity, and accountability. But instead, she got silence, fear, and distance. And that's when the cracks became impossible to hide. The insider dropped one final bombshell in the interview: "There's another piece of this story that hasn't leaked. Something Tamar tried to keep buried. And when it comes out, the internet won't be ready." Fans begged for answers. Bloggers demanded more details. Conspiracy theorists posted hour-long breakdowns. Everyone was searching, refreshing, digging. Because whatever that hidden piece was, insiders say it's the one detail that could destroy every fragile alliance left standing, and once it leaks, there will be no going back. Tamar Braxton had been quiet for almost 2 full days. No Instagram stories. No tweets. No interviews. No shade posts. Nothing. And for Tamar, silence was the loudest alarm of all. Fans were refreshing her page every hour, waiting for her next move, because what she had already dropped, that explosive announcement claiming she was pregnant with Mendeecees' baby, had social media on fire. But while the world was busy arguing, accusing, speculating, and choosing sides, Tamar was sitting alone backstage at her show rehearsal, staring at the same pregnancy test she'd taken 3 times. The same test she'd refused to let the public see. The same test everyone online was begging her to show for proof. And the same test that had changed her entire life overnight. She sighed, whispering to herself, this wasn't supposed to go like this, because the truth, the real truth, wasn't as simple as the internet made it. Outside the venue, paparazzi were swarming like bees. They weren't even trying to be sneaky, cameras flashing, mics out, yelling Tamar's name every time a door opened. "Tamar, are the rumors true? Did you and Mendeecees really mess around? Is Yandy threatening to sue you? Are you really pregnant?" Security kept telling them to back up, but they wouldn't move. Every outlet wanted the exclusive. Because even people who weren't Tamar fans were watching. Inside, her manager James was pacing. "Tay, you cannot go out there like this," he said. "The whole world is waiting on a statement." Tamar put the pregnancy test down and wiped her face. "What do you want me to say, James? That I lied? That I made it up? That this is some publicity stunt? I don't move like that." James exhaled. "So you're telling me, it's real? All of it?" Tamar looked up, eyes glossy, voice shaking. "I didn't do anything with Mendeecees intentionally. And I didn't know I was pregnant until after. I swear to God." And just like that, the tension in the room snapped. Because this was the part nobody on the internet was ready for. Flashback. 3 months earlier, a private industry dinner in Atlanta. Yandy, protect your home. Tamar lying again. Girl, drop the receipts. Mendeecees innocent. Tamar wouldn't lie about this. Check the DNA. At one point, Yandy's voice cracked with anger. I went through years of protecting my marriage, my man, and my peace. Ain't nobody about to take that from me, especially not another celebrity trying to make headlines. But while Yandy was defending her family, Mendeecees was quiet. Too quiet. Even his friends noticed. He didn't deny anything publicly. He didn't defend Tamar. He didn't defend Yandy. He didn't address the allegations at all. He simply posted a black screen with the caption, "When the truth comes out, remember I stayed silent." And that only made things worse. Fans instantly assumed one thing: he had something to hide. Back at rehearsal, Tamar suddenly stood up. "James, I'm done hiding. If I don't speak now, people will make up their own truth, and once they do that, there's no going back." James shook his head. "You're emotional. You're overwhelmed. You need time." "I've had time." Tamar fired back. "I'm tired of being the villain in stories that I didn't start. I'm telling my truth, before someone else tries to rewrite it." With that, she grabbed her phone, walked to the stage, turned on the camera, and hit record. No glam. No lighting. No rehearsed lines. Just Tamar Braxton, raw, unfiltered, shaking. She started, "Hi guys. I know everybody's been talking. I know what's being said. And I want to tell you the truth from my mouth." She took a shaky breath. "Yes. I'm pregnant. Yes, the timing points to something that happened on a night I barely remember. And no, I didn't come on here to destroy anyone's marriage or hurt anybody." She paused, eyes watering. "I don't know exactly what happened that night. But I'm not a liar. I'm not a clout chaser. And I'm not someone who plays with motherhood. I've been through too much for that." She looked straight into the camera. "If Mendeecees wants a DNA test, I'm here. If Yandy wants answers, I'm here. If the world wants the truth, I'm right here." Tamar wiped her tears. "But what I'm not gonna do is apologize for something I didn't ask for, and I didn't create on purpose." She ended the video with a final message, "And to the baby growing inside me, Mommy loves you, no matter what happens next." She turned off the camera, chest rising and falling, knowing what she had just done. Within 10 minutes, the video had over 1.2 million views, hundreds of thousands of comments, and every blog posting it with captions like, "Tamar doubles down. DNA test demanded." Yandy responds in 3, 2, 1, because one thing was guaranteed: this battle was far from over. And the next move. It wasn't Tamar's. It wasn't Yandy's. It was Mendeecees. He finally had to speak, and when he did, everything would change. If you're still here, you already know this story is about to explode. Make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter, because Tamar, Yandy, and Mendeecees are all about to speak, and the truth is way messier than anyone expected. Turn on all notifications, because the receipt's coming next. Yeah, they're going to break the internet. The internet is shaking, timelines are melting, and fans are in full-on cardiac arrest, after what Tamar Braxton allegedly confessed in a private recording that leaked less than an hour ago. What started as whispers has erupted into a digital earthquake. Tamar allegedly told a close friend she's pregnant, and the father is none other than Mendeecees Harris. The same Mendeecees who is married The same Mendeecees tied to some of the biggest scandals in love hip-hop history. The same Mendeecees Tamar was never supposed to be around in the first place. And now, the world wants answers. According to insiders, this isn't just gossip. This is the biggest Braxton family-level detonation since the Tony versus Tracy era. Screenshots, voice notes, and late-night FaceTime receipts are spreading like wildfire. Fans swear they heard Tamar whisper, "I can't hide this anymore." It's his. And the friend on the line. Silent. Shocked. Breathless. The internet feels the exact same way. Within minutes, Twitter exploded. Instagram, Lives launched instantly. Fans are crying, screaming, fighting in the comments. Some are defending Tamar with their whole soul. Others are calling this the ultimate betrayal storyline of the decade. Meanwhile, sources close to Mendeecees claim he's in panic mode, trying to figure out who leaked what and how much more is about to spill. And trust, there's way more. Because insiders say there's a reason Tamar chose this moment to drop the bomb. And when the truth hits daylight, it's going to change everything. The entire entertainment world went silent the moment Tamar Braxton's private voice note leaked, because it didn't sound like a rumor, it sounded like a confession. And the confession wasn't whispered, hinted, or implied, it was raw, breathless, emotional, and trembling with the kind of fear that only comes when someone knows a secret big enough to ruin lives. Insiders claim Tamar was pacing around her hotel room, voice cracking, saying she can't keep carrying this alone, before dropping the sentence that has now turned the whole internet upside down. "I'm pregnant. And it's Mendeecees' baby." Those 8 words detonated like fireworks in the middle of a gas station. Fans weren't ready. The blogs weren't ready. Even the insiders who leaked the audio weren't ready for the reaction. But what made the moment even more shocking was the backstory insiders claim Tamar tried to hide. That this wasn't a one-time mistake, a slip-up, or a late-night poor decision. According to sources close to her team, Tamar and Mendeecees had been exchanging messages for months, messages filled with flirtation, long paragraphs, late-night FaceTimes, and a kind of emotional intensity that didn't match